Hi, it's Doug from Rise Above. Today I'm going to go over 3 different types of overhead pressing. We're going to go over the press, the kettlebell push press, and the kettlebell jerk. So the differences between the 3 and then also when you would use each one. So for a normal press, just a strict press, you're going to bring it to the rack position, you're going to tighten everything up, and you're going to strictly press overhead, getting over the hip. This is the hardest one to do, especially when you're moving up in weight. But this is also the one that's going to increase your strength the most. So I recommend people and athletes pressing first, trying their best to get very good with their overhead pressing, and then they can move on to something else like a push press or a jerk. You can also check out below, I'll put a little annotation for a video on how to fix your press if you have trouble with that. So the second one is a push press. These are going to be a little more dynamic in nature, and you're going to use your legs a little bit more. So for a push press, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip a little bit, and then as I come up, I'm going to use that momentum to press overhead. It's going to be a little faster than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to engage in here, I'm going to dip and press. So I'm getting that little bit of momentum to help push the weight overhead. So what these are good for is if you're in an athletic situation, you need to generate power from the floor and going overhead, like whether you're doing volleyball or tennis. These things are good for that because you initiate from the legs and help get the weight overhead. They're also good for, let's say this weight gets pretty tough. I did a couple presses and now it's getting tiring, but I want to add a few more. I can use my legs and press it overhead. And that's going to help me squeak out a few more reps, build up that strength as we go along. The third one is a jerk. Now, jerk's a little bit different. It is dynamic, just like the push press. But essentially, when you do the jerk, all you're doing is getting the weight a little bit off the body and dropping underneath it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump, sink under the weight, and then I stand up using my hips again. So I'm going to bring it back down. Again, it's going to be more dynamic. It'll be something like this. So I'm going to bump under the weight and stand up. This is more like that Olympic jerk when you see after the clean and jerk, and drop. So this is when the weight is very heavy. Can't really press it, can't really push press it, but you still want a dynamic motion. You're going to jerk, get under it, and go up. These are also very good for endurance sets. A lot of kettlebell lifters will do 5 to 10 minute sets of just jerks. Now, 5 to 10 minute sets of just pressing will probably not go too well. Push pressing probably won't go too well. But jerks, because you're just bumping the weight up just a little bit, you can go a lot longer, and you're using your legs, which are a lot stronger, to get everything going. So add those into your training and see how strong your shoulders get. Thanks.